let's ruin the TBR Zero, shall we? Hey, what's up? My name is Daniela and welcome to a new video. So if you've been on my channel recently, you will know that at the end of 2025 I reached TBR Zero, yay! And if you're new here, hi, welcome in. So the natural question is, what comes next after a person reaches TBR Zero? Well, let me tell you, they get more books, obviously. So the timing of my TBR Zero challenge was such that basically right after I finished, or like 2 days before, I already got more books because it was Christmas. And I do always wish for books for Christmas, so I just always want to have some books under the Christmas tree. Otherwise, yeah, the Christmas would not be complete. So this year was no different. And I also always choose the books that my family gets for me for Christmas. So I got exactly what I wanted. And then also some of my lovely booktube friends gave me books for Christmas, so we are going to go through all of them. So as I said, I did choose the books, but I had a bit of a limited selection because I purposefully chose to get books from a secondhand bookstore. It's an online secondhand bookstore that also has some locations in Prague, and they do have a huge selection, but the English one is not as huge. I like buying books secondhand for multiple reasons, but in this case specifically, I also wished for some other things for Christmas. So in order to not exceed the budget, I either could have, like, you know, 2 new books or 5 secondhand books. So I went for the other option. All that is to say that basically not all of these books are like top of my wish list right now, but they are books that I'm interested in and they were there, so I went for them. And I'm very happy about the selection. Okay, so the first book I got was Infamous by Lex Croucher. So this is a historical adult sapphic romance. The blurb says that it's Bridgerton's wild little sister. And we follow 2 characters, Eddie and Rose. Eddie is 22 and she is an aspiring writer, and they have been best friends like for a long time. And it's hilarious, like they have done always everything together, and it's like climbing trees, throwing grapes at boys, sneaking bottles of wine, practicing kissing. And now with the societal pressure, I'm sure Rosie starts talking about marriage to men, and Eddie is horrified, and then she is invited by a rival to Lord Byron to his estate. So I guess it's about what happens there. So this sounds really fun. Then I got The Falling in Love montage by Kiara Smith, and this is a young adult contemporary romance, and I haven't been in the biggest young adult mood. I had to read quite a few books for my TBR Zero project that were young adult, and yeah, although I enjoyed most of them or all of them basically, I just really wasn't in the mood to be picking up young adult books. But when I saw this book there, you know, relatively cheap, I really wanted to have it because this comes highly recommended in the Sapphic circles of booktube. So I'm just very curious about it. And in this one we follow the main character who like wants to enjoy the last summer before going to university, but she doesn't want to like start a serious relationship. But she meets a girl and they kind of basically start like, not like fake dating, but maybe like casual dating. And surprise, surprise, whatever happens, right? It sounds really fun, and again, I've been meaning to try this author, so I think this will be fun and I will be able to get through it quickly. Then I've been meaning to get this book for quite some time, but the secondhand bookstore only had an absolutely terrifying cover that would give me nightmares. So now they finally have like the pretty cover, so I snatched it, and it is Fried Green Tomatoes at Whistle Stop Cafe by Fanny Flagg. I don't know much about this one, but I know that it's partially about 2 women in the 80s, and then one of them is telling a story about 2 women in the 30s who ran a cafe together in Alabama. I know it's queer, and also like the cover says there's murder, which I didn't know. But yeah, I mainly wanted to get this one for a very specific project that I would like to do, like hopefully in the first half of 2026. So hopefully they will be coming. And lastly, from my family, I got 2 books in the series, even though I haven't started the series, which is bad practice. Like, I usually don't do that. But, you know, it's secondhand, so I just had to snatch it. And like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it. If I'm not going to love it, I will be shocked. Let me tell you. So it is Her Majesty Royal Scaven and The Shadow Cabinet by Juno Dawson. So this is a series about a coven of witches, and they protect the crown from the evil, but then there's a prophecy that their biggest enemy will actually come from within. This is one of those books or series that I just hear about and I'm convinced I'm going to love it. I love witchy books. It's supposed to be super queer, and also I've been meaning to read this author also for some time. So yeah, I'm just hyped and I don't think I will be disappointed. Also, these two books very much don't match, which is fine because I'm not in the like collecting books phase of my life, so I kind of expect to unhaul them after I read them probably, but you know, at least I will know if I actually love them. And then maybe in a few years when I'm back in my collecting books phase, which actually hasn't happened for a few years, but I expect it might come back, you know, one day when I feel like settled somewhere, I can get like some nice editions. And now let's look at the books that I got from my booktube friends. So first we have Sitting Pretty by Rebecca Tausig, and this one I got from Cleo from the channel Bemused Bookworm. So thank you very much, Cleo. And the fun thing about this is that I'm pretty sure I put this book on my wish list based on Cleo's recommendations. So we kind of went the whole circle with her now getting me the book, and in either case I'm super excited to have it. So this is a memoir in essays from a disability advocate and a wheelchair user, and I have already read the first chapter and it's already so good. So yeah, can't wait to read more from this. And then I also got The Charm Offensive by Alison Gutschran, and this I got from Kitty from the channel Kitty and the Books. So thank you so much, Kitty, for this book. It is the perfect choice actually, because if you have seen my reading goals video for 2026, one of my goals is to read a book I'm super excited about every month, and I think I will count this for January, meaning like I don't have to get new books. So yeah, this is perfect. And I've been meaning to read this book for years now, and it's another one of those that I heard about. People kept recommending it and I just think I'm going to love it, like for no good reason, you know, I just have a feeling. So this is a male-male romance, and we have two people who go on a dating show, and I'm sure a lot of shenanigans ensue. I don't know that much about it, but nonetheless, I'm super hyped to read this one too. I feel like in this whole haul, there are just so many authors that I've been really wanting to read from, so now I will hopefully get some new favorite authors. And so the new TBR count is officially 7, and I find that great and manageable. Obviously, if my TBR Project Zero didn't end like during Christmas, it could have been very different. Like I would probably go buy more books, but there's a high chance that I wouldn't buy 7 books all at once. So it was a little bit specific, but I'm very happy with this TBR pile. But also, as I talked about in my reading goal video, my aim for 2026 is to keep the TBR pile under 10, so we have some work to do, but I'm not feeling very stressed about it right now, which like, I shouldn't feel stressed about it at all, but you know, I'm not feeling worried about it because I'm already reading one of the books. Like I'm reading Sitting Pretty. I don't know if I'm going to finish it in January, but I definitely could, like it's not that long, you know? And yeah, as I said, I hope to read Charm Offensive hopefully in January as well, so that will help. But also I have a book swap event that I'm going to tomorrow, and I might pick up some books, you know, but obviously I can only pick 3 books maximum, so we will see what happens. Now I'm thinking about that. In the reading goal video I said I want to keep my TBR under 10, and I keep thinking that, but what I actually meant is like that 10 is the maximum. I think I meant it like that originally, that like 10 is okay, but this whole time I made it sound like officially it's like under 10, which would be 9 maximum. So yeah, I think it's 10 maximum. Or you know, to be safe, ideally I wouldn't be skirting that line. But that was my first book haul after reaching TBR Zero. Let me know if you have read any of these books or if you're interested in picking them up. like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!